story with the world? Are you ready to be in the spotlight? Are you ready to share your story with the world? Well, Snails with No Shells is where you need to be. Available on all digital platforms, Facebook, and YouTube. Snails with No Shells. Leave that shell at the door. Where did we go wrong? We were doing so well. Greetings, beautiful ones. I am Miss BJ Barton. Make sure to join me Monday and Wednesday, twice a day at 6 a.m. and again at 6 p.m. for Snails with No Shells. Leave that shell at the door. It's informational talk and more on Global Hits Radio. Make sure to check me out. Greetings, beautiful ones. I am Miss BJ Martin, and this is Snails with No Shells. Leave that shell at the door. That is my only rule. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to hold you. I have a beautiful guest, and this is a beautiful, amazing guest. She's a returning guest, okay? And I'm a little biased about her because, we've done some things together. I'm going to bring her to the stage. The beautiful, amazing Yolanda K. Churchwell.
Hey, BJ.
Hey, Yolanda, you look so beautiful. It's good to see you.
Thank you. It's so good to see you. I miss you so much.
Yeah, I miss you too, right? So ladies and gentlemen, yes, I'm a little biased about this young lady, because we are both contributing writers to the Owning magazine, and that's where I met her through that opportunity, that networking opportunity. And we have been seeing each other on Zooms, in these little squares for months, and then we finally got a chance to celebrate becoming our number one Amazon bestsellers with our book and our journal. So we went to the DR to celebrate, and I finally got a chance to meet Yolanda and to touch on her and just feel on and just feel her energy. And I was right, like just I can barely put it in words. We had a good time. It was this very very spiritual experience, very spiritual, and just awakening to different people and different people's situations, and it was a very good trip. How did you feel about it?
I thought it was wonderful. I thought it was an opportunity, like you said, to get to meet the people behind the little boxes, to put some 3D pokeability to people, and just get to see. I think it was so refreshing to me that everybody was the same in person as what we've seen. People were the same, and it just was heightened. I think the water and the fresh air. We had a really, really, really good time.
We did. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to going back.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so Yolanda, so yeah, she's a returning guest. And so Yolanda, just tell us a little bit about your backstory for those who have not heard you before.
So my name is Yolanda Churchwell, and I am the System Solutionist. I am the CEO and founder of the Business Assistance Group, which I call the bag for short. I like to say my clients get the bag to help them secure their bag. So what I do is I help you to create one-stop shopping, to take it from to-do list to done for you, for your strategies, your systems, and your processes, so that you can take your business to the next level.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so what inspired that? What made you decide that you wanted to help people take their business to the next level, or even help, businesses?
Well, I would be lying if I said it was a decision that I chose. It kind of was one that God put me in.
Okay.
I had a clothing store, and it was dress clothes for men and women. I'm a PK, by the way. So it was Sunday go to meeting clothes for plus size women and big and tall men. And it was an instantaneous success. I had a brick and mortar. I was doing vendor events, online, personal styling. Everything was growing really, really, really fast. Um, and then it kind of like it wasn't fun. Like the money was in the bank, but I was frustrated. I felt overwhelmed. My days and nights seemed longer. I didn't feel like I was accomplishing anything. One of the things that I prided myself on was no two people looked alike. So I never ordered more than two of anything. And if I did, it was a different color or a different pattern. So that requires a lot of ordering, a lot of receiving. I had a tailor on site because you got to wear your clothes. Don't let your clothes wear you.
Yes.
And it just seemed like my orders were stacked backing up. It seemed like the quality wasn't the same. Even if other people didn't notice that I did, the overachiever in me was not feeling that. My sales tax returns were late. It was just a lot of things going on. And what I realized is that when I help a woman to get dressed, we start with a girdle, we start with a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you have on an outfit and you don't have that foundation versus when you do, it's the difference between dimples and ripples and curves.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened is my business did not have a foundation for all of that success. So the ugliness was starting to seep from the inside out. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody knows that when you do something, you have a plan A, a plan B, if this don't work, if that don't work. But a plan not to fail is not the same thing as a plan to succeed. And I didn't have a plan to succeed in place. And
Mm-hmm.
so, even though the money was in the bank and the customers were coming in, I had to make a choice. Do I wait until this falls apart on its own or do I walk away? And I chose to walk away. But I prayed and I asked God, what happened? Because when I'm looking at my bank statements, all is well. And
Mm-hmm.
so He showed me, in the simplest terms, it's kind of like the three little pigs. Those first two pigs, they built houses, they did what they needed to do until the wind blew and then
Mm.
it knocked him over. But that third pig, he took his time with the brick and the mortar and created a foundation. And so when the winds came, he was not moved. Wind doesn't necessarily have to be bad. Wind can become in the form of success. And if you don't have the systems and processes in your business to support your success as well as failure, you're going to fail anyway. And so when I started looking at what caused my business to fail, because it did fail, I just
Mm.
failed forward. I realized why I didn't make it. And then I looked at it and I prayed on it. And all of those things that it takes to create a foundation, I was either born with it or I learned it. And therefore, that I went from helping women look good on the outside to helping women grow their businesses from the inside out. And the thing that I bring to the table that kind of stands out from others is that I've been there. I've lost a business. I know all the frustration you feel. I know the feelings you feel. I know the shame you feel. Let's address it, move on, and fix it so that I can help you go from failing to scaling.
Mm. Oh, you said a lot. Wow, and that's like I've never heard anybody say that that their business was so successful that they were not prepared for the success. That's
Mhm.
that's new to me. I've never heard that.
Most businesses, 8 out of
Mhm,
10 businesses fail. They don't
mm,
fail because that person doesn't have a good product or a good service. They fail because as your business starts to grow, when you first start out, you can do all of the things. You can
mhm,
be the chief everything officer. But as your business grows, you're going to feel this tug of war between what it is that God gave you, that ability, that transformation you provide your clients, and the business of doing business. And
mm,
if you don't have the systems and processes for the business of doing business, it will pull you down.
mhm,
Mhm.
mm. And see, I not that part, like the business, like I'm the and wait, ladies and gentlemen. So Yolanda, she is very uh, I don't even want to say psychic, but
Let's go with intuitive.
yes. Okay, we'll go with intuitive.
Because I know I ain't psychic. I did because it come from Jesus, and I don't know what I'm doing. A psychic know what she doing. I don't know what I be doing. I'm gonna
I
keep it
don't know,
real.
does she? Shoot, she might not either. But yes, we're going very intuitive. We'll go with intuitive. Yolanda is amazing. She did clarity calls for the Own It magazine. See, these are the things. These are the perks of being a part of the Own It family. You meet people and you network with people, and everybody is doing something that you need. Like
Hmm.
in our group, the Own It family, you don't really need to go outside of the group too often because everybody's doing something that you need, to get taken care of. And so she's this amazing businesswoman, and she's going to help you with your business. But she knows if you ever do a clarity call, I don't know if you're going to offer those to anybody anymore in the future, but if you can ever I just wanted to bring that in because it came to my mind. If you ever get the opportunity to get a clarity call with this one, if she offers them or whatever, you need to take advantage of that, because we did a call. I came in one way, I left a whole nother way. But in actuality, I left as me again. I came in as someone else. And Yolanda let me know off the rip, like, BJ, where's BJ at? Because this is not her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so she doesn't she helps you clarify not only business aspects of you, but you aspects of you. I don't know the correct wording for that, but you get my drift. You know what I'm
Yes, I
saying?
do. I do still do the strategy sessions. And you can schedule those.
Strategy sessions.
Yes, and
Okay. Hmm.
only for the Own It family did I do them at a reduced rate.
Hmm.
But yes, and basically it's just for you to get clear on where you are, where you want to be, and to create the strategy so that you know your next most critical moves in order to get where you want to go.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
So what is the name of your program?
So I say that I help you create a solution. So,
Hmm.
of course, when I say my clients get the bag to help them secure their bag, it's secure your solution, but it's not cookie cutter. It's based
Hmm.
off of who you are, what your business is, what are your goals for the next 18 to 24 months, and then your own specific team needs, your technologically savviness, the systems that you already have in place. One of the things is that I don't say, oh, these are the 5 systems you should use and everybody has to use those. No,
Hmm.
if you have some systems in place, I will always give you the best recommendation, but we're going to make use of what you have, because one of the things is most people have systems, but they're not using them to their full capacity. So we're going to come in, we're going to look at how your back end is set up, we're going to figure out what pieces might be missing, we're going to make the best use of what pieces are there, and then we're just going to add on to that, because what you need to be doing in your business is focusing on your highest revenue generating task. As the CEO, you should not be running around doing everything, or as I like to say, little fires everywhere. What
Hmm.
you should be doing is focusing on those things that bring in the dollars. Everything else after that, we can figure out a way to do it easier and better. That's your processes, your systems, your strategy.
Hmm.
After you get those 2 things done, then you literally are stepping into your visionary. You're stepping into that boss mode. You're stepping into your visionary. Visionaries climb mountains. When you're at the top of a mountain, you can literally look down and see rivers of opportunity and streams of income. You can't expect to generate multiple streams of income if you're running around being busy.
Hmm.
You have to get everything in its place, and then when those opportunities and streams of income come, then you're free and open to be able to take them.
Yes. Well, because I was going to ask you, do you deal with entrepreneurs who might not have any type of systems in place? Can you help them create
Mhm.
a whole strategy of systems as to what they need to make their business successful?
Yes, so there's multiple levels to what I do, but on the lowest level is that you have someone who's coming in and they say, "You know what? All I know is that everything was going good and I have a headache." If that's all you say, I could still start right there. Cuz
Hmm.
what is giving you a headache? What's giving you a headache is what I call growing pains. See, when
Mm.
your business grows, that's when you feel that tug of war, and
Okay.
growth requires new solutions. So
Hmm.
all it is growing pains. When you young and you catch the hiccups, and old folks will say, "Oh, girl, you growing." That's
Hmm.
all you're doing, is your business is growing outside of the box you have it in. It's like fish. You got to move it to a bigger tank. It's like plants. You got to move it to a bigger pot. So what we do is we figure out what pot, what aquarium should you be in for
Hmm.
your next steps, and we move you to that so that you have the room to stretch out and then the room to continue and grow.
Hmm. Hmm. So do you think that you're talking about like the person just the business owner is trying to put out all the fires,
Mhm.
trying to do everything themselves? Do
You
you
have no business opening emails, creating graphics, being on social media,
oh,
writing emails, all of those types of things. You either need to, and this is for whether you're a solopreneur and you think that you can't afford a team or
mhm,
someone who has a team. You need to make sure, I'm going to introduce you to my besties, delegate and automate.
mhm,
Okay. You have to figure out ways to delegate and automate in such a way that it makes your days easier. Even, I'll give you an example. Even if you're a solopreneur, you're doing everything yourself. If you take the time and look at what you're doing, create the processes that say, this is how I do it, step by step by step by step, and then start batching those things together so that you're spending blocks of time on something instead of being over here 1 second, over here another thing. What you'll find is that you'll be more productive. See, what
mm,
we don't want to be is busy. Bees
mm,
are busy. Worker bees work from the moment they come to life to the moment they die. We don't
mhm,
want that. We want to be productive profiteers.
mhm,
We want to
mhm,
get things done and make money while we're doing it.
mhm,
Okay. So, what you'll find when you start to make these moves is that your business will make money. Now you're going to need to start adding people. So, most of the time, the first person that you add is a virtual assistant. Now, when you add that virtual assistant, guess what? You wrote down how you do everything. That's what you use to train that person.
mhm,
You
mhm,
use those processes to train that person. Other things you'll find that if there's something you do 2 or 3 times a day, let's figure out a way to automate it.
mhm,
That's something that a computer could be doing for you. If you have emails that you send out to your clients all the time, let's get those automated so that all you have to do is just add the person to the sequence and they go out automatically. Stop
mhm,
making stuff hard.
mhm. Mm. Yeah, so I'm sitting here like, because we talking, I'm looking at what I'm doing. I'm like, man,
Hmm.
but graphics, not that's a part of my a
Well,
part of
now
the
that
thing.
is part of your gift. That's
It
part of
is
your
part of my
aesthetic.
gift, the
Yes.
graphics and promo videos and
So
all
that
that.
for you, that is a revenue generating activity. But what's not a revenue generating activity for you is booking your own calendar. What's not is for you sending out emails to ask people, do they want to be on the show? All of that could be automated, or we get that to a person. You don't need to do that.
Mm. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, see, this is what I'm talking about. See, Yolanda knows. She knows. I'm sitting here like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing that.
No,
Wow.
no.
So do you think that sometimes that we as business owners or entrepreneurs or just people in general, we have a hard time. Why do we have such a hard time? I'll rephrase it. Delegating. Like, why do we have such a hard time?
Okay, I'm gonna
Um,
speak for me
are we
first, and
control
then I'm gonna
freaks
speak for
or
other people.
what's going on with that?
Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking for me first, and not other, it's because one, I like to control things. I know that if I control it, I know it's going to happen the way that I want it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so you have to learn to trust people and trust processes in such a way that you allow them to assist you. Because when you burn out, if you're doing everything, then now your business is gone. That's what happened with me with the store.
Mm-hmm.
When I was burnt out, the store was burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this another reason might be, and I kind of resemble this one too, is you have to learn that everybody's not going to do things the exact same way you do. But as
Right.
long as people move with a spirit of excellency, then you let them do it their way because 9 times out of 10, they might bring something to the table that you would have never thought of that's actually going to work out just as well, if not better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then, we're not conditioned, especially as Black women, we're not conditioned to ask for help. Um, a lot of us, let's just keep it real, because I know that was me. Don't let no man do nothing for you, then he be throwing it in your face. No, let whoever help you.
See.
We have to learn that we don't have to do everything. The multitasking. We need to follow the examples of Naomi Osaka and Simone Biles and Auntie Maxine. Start reclaiming your time. If it's
Mm-hmm.
not working out for you, whether it's just your mental or your physical, be like, I'm not doing that. And don't do that. find a way to do it easier and better. But I
Mm-hmm.
think that gets in the way of a lot of us is that we don't trust
Mm-hmm.
others. And some of it for some people is ego. If you're a narcissist, it's ego.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you're not being fair to yourself, and you're not giving your business a fighting chance, because if something happens to you, then it all goes away. And so you have to learn how to trust people and put the processes in place. For me, I'm continually growing and learning. I
Mm-hmm.
know all about it, but it's kind of like when you go to church and you learn the scriptures, and then you get older in life and that scripture start to mean something to you. Well, that's
Mm-hmm.
what happened with me with my business. I know that having the systems and processes is what I needed, but it wasn't until my sister passed away and I took 5 weeks off of work, and not a single customer delivery was late or
Mm-hmm.
lacked because my systems, processes, and team were doing what they do. I could
Mm-hmm.
afford to walk away from my business for 5 weeks. How many people can say that?
Whoa. Mm.
So you have to get your business in a place where, and a lot of people are uncomfortable with that. Like, what do you mean? It's mine. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, but
Right.
it's still mine and it's working.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's more valuable than mine. And what, I mean, 5 weeks, that could have been the end of my business.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And I want to do, and do you think some people just are afraid that
Hmm.
they don't know, or are afraid of many things? Maybe one of them is it because they're afraid that maybe they don't know their business that well to be able to explain it to somebody else, or afraid that somebody's going to try to take over, or what do you
Well,
kind
that is a really big part. So you have to make sure that you safeguard yourself. So when you're bringing people on, you want to have contracts, you want to have non-disclosure agreements. You have to make sure that you are protecting your intellectual assets. That is part of that foundation that I'm talking about. That's
of?
part of that processes and systems, is making sure that you have those things in place that will protect you. But as we know, fear and faith cannot coexist. So if you
No.
walking around fearing all the time, that means you don't have any faith in yourself, your business, or God. So who gonna be able to move?
Mm. Well, well,
And I
yeah.
think some people just don't, you just don't know. When you get into business, like, first of all, you don't know what you don't know about anything in life. But a lot of
Mhm.
people don't know about systems and processes. When you think, a lot of people, when I first say systems, they're like, oh, well, that's this program. No, a system is the things that work together to reach a goal. So
Mhm.
yeah, it might be an application or a program, but a system is knowing that you have these emails and they're all bottled up and they're ready to go, and you put the person's name and email in, and you push the button, and that is a system. Your email automation is a system. Your
Mhm.
social media scheduling is a system. Those are
Mm.
all processes and systems.
Mhm. Mhm.
They're
Mhm.
processes first, and then you pick the system that supports the process. But if you don't understand processes, then you can't even be aware that you need to make some changes. And
Right.
then people get caught up in titles. Don't get caught up in, you think you need a virtual assistant. You think you need a say. No, what jobs do you need done? What tasks do you need completed? Start there.
Mhm. Mhm. Mm. Nice. Nice. I love it. The system solutions.
Hence
And I
why
like,
I am trademarked. I am the system solutionist, because
yes,
we're
yes,
gonna get it, and we're gonna get it all done. We're gonna get your
yes.
strategies, your processes, and your systems.
Yes, I like that. And you sent something after you did our strategy calls,
Hmm.
and you sent us an email, and we could either send a video giving our testimony that
Yeah,
was
that's all
dope.
automated. I'm not
That
sitting
was
up sending
dope.
that.
It was like send a video or just type out, how your
Mhm.
experience was. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's a part of the system she's talking
I
about.
call
That
that
was
my
dope.
testimonial machine. So you get the emails that ask you, you go to the site, you can either write it and put a picture, you can do an audio, you can do a video, you
Yes.
upload it, it's all there. And then, because everybody who knows, when you have these businesses, social proof is big. You have to be able to show that you can do what you do for people to know that you're credible. So
Mm-hmm.
then now I have a library because when it comes in, it's all sorted, put where it needs to go, all by a system. And then I can pull from that when I need to have conversations. I can pull for that when I'm creating registration pages. It's actually one of the things that I am focusing on for the rest of this year. So it's
Mm-hmm.
something that you can get by itself, or it's something you can bundle with other things, because right now with this economy doing what it's doing, the
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I tell people is they say I can't afford systems. You can't afford not to have your systems in place. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you have to downsize, there's no way that you're able to do all those things in your business. So you
Mm-hmm.
need to be able to have systems and processes. You need to be able to delegate and automate so that you can get it done. Whether you're doing it in-house and you have stuff that can do it for you, or you're outsourcing it, because you see me as the face of the bag, but I'm not the bag. The bag is a whole agency. We help you go from to-do list to done for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're going to take it completely off your plate and get it done. And so that's one of the things that we are focusing on for the rest of the year, because email is still the number one conversion. That is
Mm-hmm.
how most people will sign up to work with you. It's still 57% of signups happen because of email. So I am focusing on for the rest of this year, because it is my goal to help 100 CEOs each year. I am focusing on helping people to, one, let's look at your emails. Let's see if you've automated them. Let's make sure that those, because if I get one more email to say, dear first name, I need your system to put the person's first name.
Oh no.
Please let me help you with that. Please.
I've seen that. I'm like, oh no.
Because right now it's as people say, it's not that people don't have money, it's that they're being more careful about where they spend their money. And some people, believe it or not, are looking for excuses not to spend their money. And something like getting an email that says dear first name make them say they don't even know what they're doing. I'm not. Do you really want to
Yes.
lose contracts, clients, because your email system isn't working? So the first thing is, let's talk about your emails. Let's look at them. Let me assess what you have there. Also, like you said about the testimonials, if you need
Yeah.
that type of system set up, let's get
Mm-hmm.
that set up. And then you go to these events, you meet people, you're talking to people, but what do you do with that? So let's talk about capturing that information. It's called lead capture and nurture. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the emails that you need, because not everybody's going to be ready to work with you. They're going
Mm-hmm.
to need to see who you are and what you do. So let's create the email automation that will support that, instead of you feeling like you have to be there convincing them. It just happens automatically. So those are three of the things that are available as part of my whole 2023, the second half of the year. Let's just make sure that your email marketing is up to par, because email marketing is still where the dollars come into your business.
Mm-hmm. Mm. And on that note, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna give a shout out to this evening's episode of Snails with No Shells. When we come back, Yolanda, we're gonna talk about. I guess I know you have some new things going on, and yeah, just keep us, let us know what's happening with you.
All
Okay,
righty.
we right back.
This a day-to-day thing, not an everyday thing.
Hey y'all, it's Jeffrey Charles, Atlanta's own, inviting you to my second annual all-white party. Me performing live my new single, Put It On You. That's right, along with my Ultimate Sound Band and Baby Doll. We're going to turn it out on Saturday, August 19th at Jam Rock South, 8562 Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro. Doors open at 6:30 p.m., showtime at 8 o'clock, with DJ and dancing afterwards. Great food, great fun, lots of folks, and an all-white affair. Gonna be looking for you to stop on through. For tickets, call 404-790-7875. Once again, tickets 404-790-7875. $20 in advance and $30 the day of the show. It's me, Jeffrey Charles, Atlanta's own Baby Doll, and the Ultimate Sound Band performing live. That's right, some of your favorite songs, including my own. See you August 19th. $20 in advance tickets, $30 at the door. It's the Jeffrey Charles all-white affair. Looking to see you on Saturday, August 19th. right, tell your friends to download the Live 365 app and simply search Global Hits Radio. That's hits with a Z. You got it? 24/7, 365 days a year. Programming that you love is hip hop, R&B, smooth jazz, and more. We are Global Hits Radio.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back with the beautiful Yolanda K. Churchwell, the system solutionist. All right, so Yolanda, what's new? What you got going on?
So there's so much going on. So I was on the cover of Own It magazine for July.
Oh
Talking about
man, dang! You didn't send me the picture. I'd have put it up because I mean, you standing there. I mean, fierce, fine, fabulous, baby, looking like brand new money on the cover. Of that magazine. I love it.
talking
Oh,
about balance and harmony and making sure that you are creating that, because no one starts a business because we want to work harder than we ever did for a 9 to 5. You start a business because you want to live life on your own terms and you want to make your dreams your reality. So we talk about the balance there. The magazine, I'm sure BJ talks about it all the time. So you want to make sure that you're staying up to date and getting copies of the magazine. I just found out before tuning in. Well, I'm a speaker at this year's Living Faith Out Loud conference in person. We have an in-person component after all the pandemic, but I just found out that I am a finalist for the 2023 Coach and Leadership Award. So I'm really excited about that. That is going to be in Gulfport, Mississippi,
mhm.
August 4th, 5th, and 6th. I also, like I said, have the whole email management system focus. It's just a part of what I do, but I try to pick a focus. That's the focus right now. I have a Facebook group, the Hustle Hub, and you can connect with me there. I'm often live in there. There's things that you will get there that you won't get on my normal Facebook page, as well as I go live on LinkedIn and Facebook every Tuesday with shifts to streamline, to help you um, make little changes in your business that can help you to change up your day to day and make things easier.
Okay.
Oh, and then of course, there's always, if you would like to call, like to schedule a call, and I believe it's in the banner. It's www.callthebag.com, and you can schedule a complimentary 30-minute session with me, because what I do is not cookie cutter. Um, you can be doing the exact same business as I do, but your solution is going to be different from my solution. And so we take some time to talk to you to figure out what it is that you need so that we know which direction you need to go. And if it's not something that I can help you with, I have a full resource, a full catalog. Even Miss BJ is in that catalog with them fine commercials she do. I got one. Y'all better get one. And so I will help to make sure that you do get where you need to be to get what you need done.
Awesome, awesome. And again, you said free. Did you say
I
free?
said complimentary. Yes.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
A complimentary 30-minute
Complimentary.
discovery call. Yes. So we can kind of see, is there, let's talk about where you're at, what you want to do, and see if there's a way that the bag can help to meet your needs.
Ladies and gentlemen, she said complimentary. Y'all better hop on that. And what's the number again to
It's
set up the call?
www.callthebag.com.
www.callthebag.com. So you go there and you schedule your strategy call. You guys, y'all better get on that because she's doing complimentary now, and she still has time now. I don't know what's going to happen in a few months. So
Well, actually, at the end of August, there will be no more complimentary. So get on my calendar now.
No more complimentary at the end after the end of August, y'all. So y'all better
Mhm.
get on it. And what's the email again? I'm sorry, the web address.
It's www.callthebag. When you had the banner up, it was on there.
Okay.
Callthebag.com.
Yeah, I need you to say it because this is going to be,
Yes,
this
you
is
got to
gonna
hear
help
the
too.
audio and see it. Yes,
Yes,
callthebag.com. Yes.
yes, and then it's going to be on Global Hits Radio too.
And
So
congratulations on Global Hits Radio. I'm so proud of you, BJ.
thank you. It's so
Yes.
exciting. Yes, it's like we're in the grassroots of it. So I'm just looking at how things unfold and how it grows because you know um of course, my podcast is on there twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 a.m.
Okay.
and 6 p.m. And we have it's diverse, music. So we play all kinds of music, house music, country music,
Okay.
R&B. Yes, a little bit of hip hop. Yeah, so
I'm
and
gonna have to tune in. I'm gonna have to tune in.
yeah, yep. Global Hits is with a Z. And
Okay.
we're looking for, artists, new artists who have music. We have, packages for them. And also we're welcoming other podcasts to be on the
Okay.
channel. Yeah, on the radio show. Yeah.
Okay. Well, keep
So
on with the pressure. It's four people that told me this week. When are you gonna start your podcast? If I ask me, and I'm like, that's in 2024. Don't rush me.
right. Right. Yes. And I know that's going to be an amazing podcast. And I know I'm going to be on it. So
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Absolutely.
yes, I love it. I love it. Well, Yolanda, we've had an amazing time, like
As
we always
always. As
do.
always.
And I'm excited for what's to come for you and everything that you're building and just how you're helping so many people. Because that I know I keep talking about that strategy call. It's a life changer.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like to say I'm a disruptor of the status quo. I want to free
Mhm,
people. I want you to know that you don't have to fit in a box. There's no
mhm,
one way to do anything. There's always more than one way to skin a cat. So let's have a conversation whether you need strategy, whether you need processes, whether you need systems or you need them all. Let's figure out what you need because what we definitely want to do is we want to stop starting these great businesses only for them to fail and for us to lose them. Let's change those numbers. We need to see more than 2 out of 10 businesses make it more than
mhm,
5 years. Let's
mhm,
do better. When you
mhm.
know better, you do better. So,
Right.
if nothing else, get in front of somebody. If I'm not the coach that you need right now, find the coach that you need because I'll tell you this. If you ever talk to a coach and they tell you they don't have a coach, run because none of us know anything. I have two mentors and one coach right now. I'm trying to continue to grow who I am. Your business will never grow bigger than who you are as a person. So every time
Mhm,
you have a level of personal development, there's going to be a harvest in your business. And as your
mm,
business continues to harvest, it's going to grow and that's where you're going to need new solutions. There's nothing wrong with when things stop working. It doesn't mean that something's wrong. It just means you've outgrown that. It's just like when people used to not invite you to stuff. I know I didn't get invited and it used to hurt my feelings. And then I realized I am a whole party. It's okay. Um,
right.
I'm some of the
And you
best
are
company.
though.
I'm some of the best company you could ever have. I like to be with myself.
Yes.
And so it's just like that. Like sometimes you outgrow things. And so all we need to do is just make some tweaks, make some changes. And guess what? Once you make those, it's like when you prune a flower, you're going to grow some more.
Mhm,
So embrace the growing pains, get the help you need so your business can continue to grow and flourish.
mhm. Okay, and look, and I was going to ask you, I was going to say, would you like to leave us a nugget or a jewel or something before we leave? But you can, if you have something else that you would like to leave with us, please do. And again, let us know how we can get and stay connected with you.
Okay, so you can connect with me on all platforms LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Yolanda K. Churchwell is my personal. The Business Assistance Group is the business. You can schedule your complimentary 30-minute session at www.callthebag.com. If I can leave you with one nugget, just remember that you don't have to do everything in order to have everything. You don't have to pick and choose what parts of things you get. I serve a God of and all, and I'm willing to share him. He doesn't make me choose. It's not either an or, it's and all. He sent his son so that we could have life and have it more abundantly. So get your abundant today. Do what you got to do to get it.
Mm. That's what the system solutions said.
With
Get
that
it
sprinkling of
today.
the PK, with the sprinkling of the PK
Right,
in
little
there.
PK on the end. Yeah, if y'all know what PK is, I don't know. PK, that's preacher's kid. And Yolanda, she's actually been an entrepreneur since she was a child. She was telling us a story about how she was already dividing money up. There's finding money at the music parks, and she was already dividing money up, knew how it was going to spend it and everything. So, but you'll have to watch a past interview that I did with her. She tells her whole story about all of that good stuff.
Yes, yes.
But yes, thank you, Yolanda, for joining me on Snails with No Shells. I had a
Thank
good
you for
time
having me.
as usual. Yes.
Yes.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, you know, you can find me. I'm on all platforms as well. I'm on LinkedIn as well. Ms. BJ Martin, Instagram, MS_BJ Martin, Facebook, BJ Martin, YouTube, Ms. BJ Martin. The show is on all digital platforms. Snails with No Shells podcast. Leave that shell at the door. And also, you know, check us out on Global Hits Radio. That's hits with a Z. I am so excited. And before we go, what I always like to say is remember, just like the sun, you are necessary. I love y'all. Peace.
Just my imagination, or is it just insane?